New Year's Eve 2024. That'll be the last little update on the Torana for this year. Had to replace the steering column shroud. I knew I should have done it a long time before now, but it's alright. Just worked through it. Just dropped it off the frame. Undid the wiring loom and undid that big black plug. And I was able to pull all of this out here. The hardest thing was getting the screwdriver in that slot there to depress this little tang here and slide it out. So I've seen people with pliers on here and flicking it out with the screwdriver between there. Well, I just very carefully tried to do that, and this popped straight off. Probably just pop straight off now. Yeah, it's obviously been apart before, so I ended up with that. Luckily or unluckily, this barrel here turned on and off without the key actually in it. So I made the decision a while ago that I had to replace it. So luckily enough, so with a pair of small long nose pliers, I was actually able to grab in between the actual key slot and the side there and wiggle it out. And everything else was pretty simple after that. And I actually have got it all back together again now. The steering lock's back in there. It's just a matter of checking. I did watch a YouTube video on how to remove it, and the only one I could really come up with was HQ one, and they had a clip in there that they had to undo. I do not have that clip on mine. I've got the spring and everything. Put the compression on, so I'm just going to have a bit of a look at that. I think it's all been apart before. Apart from that, yeah, it did take a while, but I didn't destroy anything, so that was a good thing. And I checked the actual key that came in the ignition barrel, and it doesn't fit the doors. So I've made the decision just to buy new ignition barrel, new door barrels, and it'll be all keyed. And one thing that came with the Torana that I've also done today, the lock was missing out of here. You might remember I had to open it with a screwdriver. Well, now it's just a beautiful thing. So I've replaced that. That was the easiest thing to do. Just had to undo these two screws, pull this down a little bit. The barrel slides straight out. Mine was missing, obviously, so when I put the new one in, I just had to do the reverse. Beautiful. Round keys. Works a treat. Righto, so that's another thing done. They can just live in there for now. New rubbers. Beautiful. Righto, so that's pretty much it. Torana's getting closer. I'm going to put all this back together now, because the only thing I have to do is slip the new ignition barrel in when I get it in. So I'm going to complete this now, and I'll be able to put my steering wheel on, do the horn pad, everything, test the horn, and so I will put the other seat in, put the console in, and then the final thing I'll have to do, that hole over there you can see, is I'll just put the kick plates in, obviously after the guards are back on, because the bolts have to go through there. And yeah, just tidy up this little bit of wiring here, and that'll be done. Awesome. Righto. Happy New Year to you. Righto, going back together well. Beautiful thing, all nicely lined up. One thing I'm going to do is this actual ignition thing here. It can slide back and forward. You might be able to see that on the slots. 1/4 of an inch or so. And that there, actually, hopefully we can see in the barrel here. See that moving? So I'm just going to leave that loose until I get my new barrel. Actually, let's just try this. There we go. That movement will allow the new barrel to line up better. And that's just that assembly there. So I'll leave that loose. I'm definitely going to have to write myself a note, otherwise I'll leave it. I'll forget to tighten it up. And yeah, probably won't work properly. But anyway, that's one thing I'll be doing. Alright, that's all good now. I just got to put these 3 bolts in. That'll be the column back in, and steering wheel back on. Beauty. Righto, so I did actually find the clip for the steering column. It was in my box of bits after having a bit of a look. And here it is here, might be a bit hard to see. The slot is actually back almost 1/2 inch from there. And so I have slipped it on, so I'm just going to put the steering wheel on and push it on, and hopefully that'll compress the spring. There you go, you can see the clip and the groove there. It's got to go in under the spring. So I'll put the steering wheel on and compress it up, and hopefully that spring, once it gets into the groove, will just slip straight into the groove. Well, let's give that a go. And there we go, that was a lot easier than I thought. Where's my thing? There we go. I've got a pile of tools here. I just got a plug spanner. Fitted perfectly over the column there, and I just kept on tapping until the clip seated. And yep, that looks really good. Righto, so oh yeah. Righto, couple of nuts, and then the horn assembly. I'm just going to do a bit of a clean up behind there and make sure the contacts are good. Yeah, should be good to go. Righto, and all back together. Just waiting on that ignition barrel now. It steers everything, and I've got a horn, folks. Righto, another step closer. All good. Cheers, guys.